Well, joining us now is the author of the report, Ben Reitzes, head of technology research at Melius. Ben, we have you on all the time, but you always come up with these very clever titles and these very interesting notes. So now we're gonna dive into this latest one from you, and that is this idea. First of all, before I even get into the notes, why did we see the chip stock sell off as much as we did today, including Nvidia, which has just been on this rampant rise for months now?
It was a fun morning until it wasn't. I think, look, nothing goes up in a straight line, and you're due for some digestion. And obviously, you saw some of the laggards in the Mag 7 in tech, like the Apples and the Googles, catch a bid today. I think that there's just really been a consensus call that some of these laggards are struggling, and there was a lot of short covering today, perhaps in those names, and everybody was long the same names. However, we've seen this before. We've seen some digestion days. We are in a once-in-a-generation cycle, in my opinion. So we're staying the course. We thought we could get out of here a little bit on a quiet Friday, but, not so quiet. So anyway, we're staying the course.
Okay. Sounds like some profit taking afoot here. And, of course, we did get some earnings that investors really picked apart in overtime yesterday, to your point. Okay, let's talk about so-called Nvidia-mini. You talk about in this note the inferencing phase, which is now what's in focus for investors who are looking at the so-called picks and shovels of AI.
That's right. That's right. Well, we actually upgraded in AMD only a couple months ago, and it seems like an eternity ago, at a much lower price, and it's been ripping up until today. I think that the inferencing phase is really neat because that's what happens after you train a model and then you start typing or speaking into these models and getting stuff out of it. And inferencing is going to explode as models go into production. And AMD has come up with a chip that is just excellent for inferencing. It integrates high bandwidth memory that everybody is seeking right now. And it's a real excellent chip for inferencing. And frankly, what we think is going to happen is that these guys are like mini Nvidia on about a 9-month delay. And a lot of the cloud providers are going to be buying this in droves this year. And I think you see upside revisions. We think that this chip in particular fits that niche in inferencing really well. I think you're going to see guys like Meta and Microsoft buying it quite a bit as we go throughout this year. And it's setting them up really well for next year. Now, obviously, Nvidia is still the leader. We think they're doing great, some profit taking, but we're staying the course there as well.
Ben, I'm looking at a chart of the relative strength of AMD and Nvidia versus the S&P 500 over the past 12 months, and AMD has almost 2x'd it, Nvidia almost 3x'd it. What would it take for AMD to have the kind of performance of an Nvidia? Would it be this new product that they've got coming out really proving to be the kind of Nvidia substitute, not saying equal performance, but really make a strong value argument?
Well, this product, is going to have a much smaller share than Nvidia. Nvidia is driving this whole sector. In fact, we think Nvidia is doing everybody a favor developing this whole market for everyone with their full stack approach. We feel that they're so dominant and doing such a good job. The cloud providers are like, hey, we need a number two, and we need our own custom silicon for certain workloads. And Nvidia is filling that. I think that this chip is going to be in very strong demand. I don't think Nvidia, I'll be surprised if AMD gets more than a 10% share of this market, but that's plenty. I mean, that is massive upside revisions from where we are. And actually, you just showed a graphic of the AI revenue, and I think there's upside to those. So I feel like when we see them report as we go throughout the year, you could see some Nvidia-like in terms of upside, but that's because of this inferencing thing, and they should do pretty well.
Well, I think Jensen Huang would say, actually I know he would because he has, that software is a moat for them that developers are going to need to write to CUDA. And so is that going to limit AMD's potential now that there are so many that are already, writing to this NVIDIA-based environment, even if AMD's got something that, performance-wise, price performance-wise is competitive, they're still going to want to go with NVIDIA?
I think the broad market will. I think one of the great things about Nvidia's chips is that they can be used for inferencing and training. You can get the most out of the investments. So they are going to continue to lead. I think a lot of the cloud providers, though, that are going to see this inferencing explosion are going to go with AMD, at least for certain things. And there's going to be a place for it. They're going to want to keep Nvidia honest. They're not going to be able to develop their own silicon for everything. And this is going to fit a certain need. But, NVIDIA is going to lead this. They do have a moat, I think, in training, which will continue to grow. They have a great position, and they're going to do a lot in inferencing. And I think just AMD getting 10% a share is quite a bit of upside. And we talk about it in the note today to what those numbers can look like. It's pretty spectacular. And they're just a little later than NVIDIA, and it should get going if we start using AI apps.